Hello and welcome! Silrace here with Mechwarrior Online. And I want to talk about the faction play. Faction play as it is now after the changes which happened very short time ago. Two things first though. Background footage is community warfare from way back when it was actually still called community warfare and such. Another thing is I don't have a script. For videos like this where I just talk stuff, I never write myself a text file and just straight up read from it. I want these to feel natural. For anybody who's listening and for myself as well. So if you rather have somebody who has a script and read straight from a text file, just don't watch this, alright? Anyway, let's get to the point, the faction play. Now I have dropped, 4 times in the current faction play and landed on things like Canyon Network, Skirmish, where each side has 48 mechs to go through. No. I'll be honest and say no. I don't want any more of this, thank you. They could have done a whole lot more with the faction play if they actually wanted it to be a game mode to play. For about half a year, I dropped a crap load of community warfare matches. That was way back when community warfare was kind of new and so on, and also when it was still called community warfare instead of faction play, and that sort of thing. I dropped a lot, both solo as well as in a dedicated unit. But the thing is, I was okay with things like generator rushes, which were a strategy used way back when the generator was more open and so forth. You would grab 12 light mechs and rush the generator and destroy it. Inner Sphere very much used to doing this with things like fire starters and so on. And I was okay with that, even though I was playing clans, I was on the receiving end of that. And I was okay with it, because it was a legitimate strategy to play the objective of the game. But when the objective of the game becomes just destroy the enemy, the gameplay gets stale to me. As a player, I prefer objectives. Firstly, it gives anybody who is not quite so familiar with the game yet, not so quite good with the shooting mechanics and so forth, it gives them something to focus on. Alright? Because if there is an objective, they can focus on the objective instead of just trying to kill everybody. There is that aspect to it. But also, as a player, I am the kind of player who prefers objectives. I want objectives. The only way faction play matches should be won or lost is through the objective. Not some, kill arbitrary amount of enemies. Because you still would have to, take the land or the listening post or whatever they were guarding. The actual objective, why you are there anyway, if we are talking about lore stuff. You can add the lore reasons for these things, if you want to, in your head. So, in all honesty, I am very much done with the faction play by now. I dropped 4 times on this new thing, tested it out, and I can say for a fact I am not interested at all. There was much they could have done to make it different. I mean, they are working on Mechwarrior 5. That means they are working on AI, since we also have the escort mode. They could have given us AI opponents in actual faction warfare play maps and so on. They chose not to. There are things they could have done instead of just incorporating everything into one single thing. And, there is a lot of ideas. People have been throwing those ideas out there on the forums and everywhere else, for like how to try and make faction play the thing. But doesn't seem like any of those ideas were picked up. And as it stands, I am not interested in faction play. At least I gave it a try. I didn't just look at it and decide, okay, this is bad. I went in there, I tested it out, didn't really test extensively, I admit. I dropped four games, I think. But that was enough for me to get the feeling that, alright, this is not for me. At all. Not enjoyable for me to play. Anyway, let me know what you think of the changes to the faction play. Leave a comment down below. What do you think? Am I wrong? Is it better now? Anyway, that is subjective, but still, thank you very much for watching.